Hello and welcome to the latest installment of Sister Chat, a video series by the Sisters of Notre Dame to bring women together to connect, to honor, to advocate for, and to teach each other. My name is Sister Regina Fisher, and today I'm here with guest life coach Sandy Earl and University of Toledo student Macie Rochelle. As January ends and we kind of flip the calendar and the year is no longer new with New Year's Day, I just wonder what everybody out there is doing for New Year's resolutions. How are you feeling about your New Year's resolution as now you are a month into it? I know I struggle, and I'm sure many of you out there are struggling to keep your New Year's resolutions. As much as flipping the calendar can be symbolic for creating better habits and improving ourselves and our lifestyle, it doesn't take a holiday to change your life. So if you have a little bump in the road in January, it's okay to reset and to start over. And that's what we're discussing here today with our guests. So Macie, earlier you were telling me about some big changes in your life. Would you care to share anything?
Yeah, so recently I just transferred schools and also changed my major. So I went to school at BGSU and I was majoring in architecture. And then I kind of just realized I don't love it, my heart's not in it, and I wasn't really like happy with what I was doing. So I decided I needed to make a change. So I thought about it for a while, and I finally decided that I needed to change my major, and it took me forever to decide what to change it to, but I finally decided on education. And then I also realized that I wasn't really happy at BG, and I never really was. So I also decided just to kind of get a fresh start and go to UT, and it was a hard decision to make. It was scary and nerve-wracking, and I was a little scared to tell my parents because I didn't want to disappoint them, obviously, because architecture is one of those majors that's like, oh my gosh, like you're going for it, and then I wasn't, but I wasn't happy. So I told my parents about it, and they supported me, and it's still kind of scary, and still making adjustments, but yeah.
And your parents were supportive, you said? Good.
Yeah, 100%.
Always helps when you're just really honest with them.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing, Macie. And this is a common situation for many young people as well as middle-aged and older people making life changes. We find ourselves in different stages of life, and it can be challenging, it can be scary. Sandy, as a life coach, what do you suggest to people who are going through changes in their life?
Well, generally as a life coach, I'm not a person that gives people advice and tells them what to do. As a life coach, we believe that people really have all the answers within them. And if they take the time to really listen to their heart, they'll find the answers that they seek. And so generally I like to start out and suggest that people just think about the situation or the change that they want to accomplish. What are the thoughts that come to your mind? When you first started thinking about it, what are the thoughts that came to your mind?
I was definitely nervous and scared to take that leap and make that change, and definitely fear. I was so fearful of what if I make this change and it doesn't work? It's just a leap. It's a leap of faith.
Exactly. And that's what you had to do, is to say, this is something that's important to me. I know I don't feel good here. This might feel good, I don't know for sure. And here's the thing, what happens if you make this change and then you get there and you say, I don't like this either? Would you be the first person to change their major twice? Probably not.
And that was definitely something I had to tell myself. And my older sister, she definitely helped with that too. She told me all the statistics of how many times people change their majors. I'm like, okay, so I'm not alone in this. It's not just a me thing.
Right. And knowing that you aren't alone, and that these feelings are normal, because people make choices, and at the time they think it's the right choice for them. And if we have the premise that everyone is doing the best that they can, you didn't make this choice to go to BG and be in architecture because, you know, you didn't think you would like it. You thought it was going to be a good choice for you. And so that's why you made it. And so the people around you understand that that's what you thought was right, right? So when you go to your parents and you say, I'm not sure this is the right thing for me. This is the feelings that I've been having. You know, I'm not happy there. It doesn't seem like the best fit for me. Your parents, they love you. They want to support you any way you can. Your sister, she was a big support. You go to them and you tell them how you feel, they're not going to say, are you crazy? You can't change your major. You're just going to have to suck it up, Missy.
Right.
No. Your family wants what's best for you. Is it normal to feel the fear, the hesitation, the worry? Of course. You don't want to disappoint your parents. You don't want to rock the boat. You know, things are going smooth. They got you settled. And now you say, hey, I'm not sure this is right for me. And your family then can help you kind of explore it. So one of the things that you learn going through this experience is, you know, how your family can support you. You know, what did you learn about your core of support? You know, who's really your inner circle? Who supports you when you need to make a change like this?
Yeah, I definitely realized, like, you know, who is there and who has my back. It's, you know, my core family, so my mom, my dad, and my two sisters, and you know, and I also realized, you know, with leaving a school and going to a different one, I realized, you know, kind of who my real supportive friends were, and like the ones that, you know, still make the effort and, you know, still support me. So it was definitely like a huge life discovery of, you know, everything, not just what I wanted with my major, but also, you know, who's there in my life and who I should keep in my life. So.
And like you said, the people that continue to reach out to you from BG, those are the people that were truly connected to you. I'm sure that you had a lot of friends there, but the ones that really felt a true connection to you or really supported you are the ones that are staying in contact. Right. And not that you didn't like these other people, sure, they were great, but when it comes down to it, it's nice to have people that you know they're going to support you no matter what.
Yes.
And these friends were ones that were in your same major or a different major or whatever it is. But look at what that lesson taught you. You know, when you look back at just where you started and now where you're at, what's the biggest lesson that you think you learned from that experience?
Yeah, I would say like the biggest lesson learned was, you know, have faith and just do what you think is best for you, even if it might be hard at first. Like, do what you think is best for you. Take the jump and just trust your path. Really is what I learned.
Right. And that's a great lesson to learn at this age. How can you apply that same lesson to all of the decisions you're going to make in your life? Because this is just one little decision on the path of many. And it's coming back to trust that you know what's right. God is within you, you know, and your heart knows what's right for you. Might it be scary? Of course it is. And acknowledging that and saying, hey, it is scary. And so once you figure that out, then you say, what do I need to get support so I can move forward? And talking to your sister and just understanding that there's a large number of people who changed their major. That in and of itself allowed you to say, wow, I don't have to be so hard on myself. I can accept myself for who I am and love myself no matter what my choices are. Ooh.
Yeah, you don't want a life of unhappiness.
Right.
So it's important that you really are open and talk to those people that you trust to set you on the path of success and openness and happiness.
And is it normal when you tell your parents that, hey, you want to change your major, that they're like, what? Yeah, it's normal for them to do that too. And it's okay. And then they say, okay, that's a reaction. okay, let's get down to it and let's see what we really need to do. Because they have the right to feel the way they want to as well. And we as individuals can respect that in them and in ourselves.
And they do want what's best for you.
Of course they do. Right. And they're doing the best that they can too.
Absolutely.
As we all are.
Yeah.
So any further advice for Macie?
I would just say, number one, congratulations to you, because how many people are in your situation who feel this isn't the right path, I'm not sure, I'm unhappy, and they're too afraid to reach out to someone, they're too afraid to move forward, and they just say everything is fine, it's fine, I can get through it, right?
I found myself saying that a lot.
Of course at first.
Yeah.
And so you were strong enough and you decided, I care enough about myself to do what I think is right for me. Because of course these decisions affect the rest of your life. Because once you are a graduate of architecture school and you have a job and you're in it for 5 years and you say, I never really liked this from the beginning, it's so much easier now to say, yeah, I need to change the path now. So I just want to give you credit and know that you're totally awesome.
Thank you.
Well, good. It's been great talking to both of you today. Macie, good luck in your future, and know that we are praying for you.
Thank you.
And Sandy, thank you for being here today and sharing some tips and encouragement, and know that we pray for you as well in your ministry.
Thank you so
May
much.
God bless both of you, and as we navigate our life, know that God is with us.
Always.
So thank you again for being here, and thank you for listening.